Do you want to shift your perspective and take control of your own destiny? In today's video, we explore the powerful philosophy of Stoicism and how it can help you transform into a solution-oriented individual. Lesson 1. Seek out new things. The desire to learn new things comes from being curious. It's the never-ending need to learn, understand, and experience more. Because they put a lot of value on reason and knowledge, the Stoics were big fans of being curious. If you want to be good and happy, they thought, you have to keep exploring the world and yourself. Don't describe what you believe. Take it on. Having an open mind is one way to live by the Stoic philosophy. This means being willing to listen to new ideas and ask questions. Being open to life with awe and wonder, like a child seeing the world for the first time, is what it means. Having a curiosity isn't just about learning new things. It's also about growing as a person. We become more humble when we understand how little we know. It makes us brave as we go into the unknown. We become more resilient as we learn to deal with new things. Look for points of view that are different from your own. You don't have to change your views, but you should be willing to learn about the reasons other people have different ones. It's not always easy to look for something new. We have to get out of our comfort zones, face our fears, and get past our resistance a lot of the time. Even though the Stoics knew this was a problem, they also gave ways to solve it. The search for something new isn't just about getting there. It's also about the way there. It's about the thrill of finding, the happiness of growth, and the joy of learning. The Stoics thought that the pursuit of virtue and knowledge, not having things, was what makes people happy. Part of this goal is to look for new things. When you wake up in the morning, think about how very lucky you are to be able to breathe, think, enjoy, and love. Every day is a chance to learn something new, grow, and be happy. Accept it. Basically, being open to new things is an art of life. It's about going through life with a ready spirit, an open mind, and a heart full of wonder. It's about being open to change, wanting to get better, and enjoying the trip. Don't forget that the goal is not to be good at everything, but to be great at life. The important thing is not how many things you do, but how much you enjoy each one. It's not how much time you have, but how good it is. Lesson 2. Check to see if we are people. The idea behind Stoicism is that we are all people and should understand and value that. The Stoics thought that if we want to live a good and meaningful life, we must first see and value the humanity in others and ourselves. The bee doesn't like things that are bad for the swarm. The idea that our actions and attitudes have an impact on more than just ourselves is emphasized by this image. To find out if we are human is to understand that we are all connected and have our own special part to play in the big picture of life. When we see other people as people, we start to learn that everyone is on a different path and is having their own problems. This point of view encourages empathy and compassion, which are very important for making groups that are strong and helpful. Empathy helps us connect with others more deeply, to understand how they feel and see things, and to treat them with kindness and understanding. Empathy is a strong skill that can change how we treat other people. We can connect with the real person underneath by seeing past the surface, the front that people often put on for the world. It's easy to get angry or frustrated with someone who is rude or hard to deal with. We can choose to show kindness instead of anger if we stop and think that their behavior might be a reaction to pain or stress. Think about a coworker who is always late to meetings. Instead of getting mad, try to figure out why they might be having trouble being on time. They might be having a hard time because of something specific, like a sick family member or stress over money. By seeing them as people, you can deal with the issue without judging them. As long as someone can make you angry, they are your boss. They can only make you angry if you let them. When we choose empathy over anger, we take back control of our feelings and act in a way that is more likely to help people understand and work together. To find out if we are human, we also have to be honest with ourselves. It means being aware of our own feelings, skills, and weaknesses. Being self-aware is an important part of growing as a person and living a good life. The Stoics thought that logical thought and self-control could make people wise. They taught us that we can't change how we feel at first, but we can change how we react to those feelings. We are scared more often than we are hurt, and our imaginations hurt us more than the real world. Emotions can make it hard to think clearly and cause us to act in ways that aren't good or helpful. Being aware of ourselves and thinking logically can help us deal with our feelings better and make better choices. Being kind is one of the most important ways to tell if we are human, the easy but powerful way to make a difference in other people's lives. Being kind doesn't cost anything, but it can make someone's whole life better. A small act of kindness can make someone's day, make them feel better, and let them know they're not alone. Most of the time, the world seems harsh and unforgiving. Being kind is a sign of hope and love in this world. This is a reminder that even though we are different, we are all linked by the fact that we are human. People who choose to be kind can make a huge difference in the lives of many others. Kindness is more than just doing nice things for other people. It only takes a smile, a kind word, or a hand to help. It means being there for other people, hearing their stories, and showing that you care. If you want to get back at someone, don't change into their worst form. Respond with kindness and sensitivity when someone is mean or hostile. Show others how to do it better. To find out if we are human, we need to do more than just connect with each other. We also need to build stronger, more caring communities. People are more likely to trust, work together, and help each other when we see and accept their humanity. It makes us more ready to help each other, share what we have, and work together to reach our goals. When we decide to find out if we are human, we open the door to connecting with others and feeling like we belong. People in our communities feel valued, encouraged, and understood because of what we do. Think about a neighborhood where everyone knows and cares about each other, where they watch out for each other, help each other out when they need it, and celebrate each other's wins. People can come together like this if they decide to find out if they are human. Give someone your full attention when they talk. Listen not only to what they say, but also to how they feel and what they've been through. Show that you care and understand, and don't talk over them or judge them. Allow yourself to think about your feelings, your skills, and your weaknesses. Writing in a journal, meditating, and practicing mindfulness can all help you become more self-aware. Do something kind every day. One easy way to show kindness is to hold the door open for someone, compliment them, or help a friend with a project. Try to find ways to get to know other people and make friends. You can do this by helping out your friends, becoming a volunteer, or joining a club or group. The most important lesson in Stoic thought is that we need to ask ourselves if we are human. It means seeing and valuing the humanity in others and ourselves, becoming more empathetic and kind, and making communities stronger and more caring. First, tell yourself what you'd be. Then, do what you need to do. Being kind and understanding to others is a choice that you need to make if you want to be that kind of person. Every choice you make and every interaction you have is a chance to live in line with your beliefs and make the world a better place. Stoic thought is based on the idea that we should always be aware of our own death. These thoughts did not make the Stoics sad or gloomy. Instead, they thought they were energizing and giving them power. They thought that remembering that life is short gives every moment a sense of importance and respect. You could end your life now. What you do, say, and think should be based on that. This harsh warning isn't meant to make us scared and unable to do anything, but to push us to take action. This quote tells us to live our lives with purpose and choose wisely how to spend our time and energy. Having an awareness of how temporary life is also helps us enjoy the present. We forget to live in the present when we are too busy thinking about the past or making plans for the future. But we only have the present moment. You can't change the past, and you can't be sure about the future. We are not given a short life. We waste it. When we remember that life is short, we pay more attention to how we spend our days. We stop putting off our dreams and start taking advantage of the chances that are right in front of us. Things and people around us are also temporary. They are always changing. Kids grow up, loved ones die, and even the most stable buildings fall apart. This can be hard to accept, but it also makes the time we spend with these things and people more valuable. Being afraid of death is one of the main reasons we try to avoid thinking about it. But the Stoics thought that facing our fears would free us from their grip. A man should not fear death, but fear never beginning to live. Stoicism says that the best way to live a good life is to be aware of our own death. This helps us focus on what really matters, not money, fame, or fun, but love, knowledge, justice, courage, and self-discipline. We are more likely to live by our values when we remember how short life is. We stop making excuses and start doing what we need to do. We become more forgiving, compassionate, and present. We try to be the best version of ourselves, not for praise or reward, but because it's the right thing to do. Being aware of our mortality is not something to be sad about. It is something to be excited about. Being aware of our mortality is a wake-up call to live with purpose, to enjoy the present, to face our fears, to keep things in perspective, and to strive for virtue. Every day starts with a thought about how short life is. Remind yourself that today is a gift, and it's up to you to enjoy it. Stop and be aware of the present moment many times during the day. Pay attention to the sounds, sights, and feelings around you. Remember that this moment will never come again. Every so often, think about the things you're thankful for. It could be something as easy as a beautiful sunset or as deep as the love of a friend. Remember that these things will not last forever, and that will make you appreciate them even more. It's not a reason to be sad to remember that we will all die. It's a reason to live with purpose, enjoy the present, face our fears, keep things in perspective, and aim for virtue. It reminds us that life is short, and it's up to us to make the most of it. Remember that you don't have a short life. You cut it short by not living it to the fullest. So, go out and live. Follow your dreams, love deeply, laugh often, and make every moment count. Because in the end, it's not how many breaths you take that matter. It's the moments that take your breath away. Lesson 4. Ask for help instead of criticism. It's important to understand why we criticize others in the first place before we can really accept the idea of helping instead of criticizing. Often, we criticize others to hide our own flaws, to feel better about ourselves, or to avoid dealing with our own problems. What's worse than the anger itself is the damage it does. When we criticize out of anger or rage, we're not dealing with the reason we're angry. Instead, we're lashing out, which makes the problem worse. When someone criticizes you harshly or without a good reason, it can be very bad for you. It can hurt your self-esteem, hurt your relationships, and make your environment toxic. People who are constantly criticized often become defensive, angry, or distant, and they may lose their drive, their confidence, and their trust in others. Criticism at work can stop people from being creative and coming up with new ideas. In personal relationships, it can hurt feelings, cause mistakes, or even cause the relationship to end. The Stoics knew this and pushed for a different way of doing things. Helping, on the other hand, makes things better. When you help someone, you show them that you care, that you respect them, and that you believe in their abilities. This can be very inspiring and empowering. There are times when helping someone doesn't mean giving them an answer. Other times, it means listening, understanding, and being there for them, even if you can't change their situation. It's not what happens to you that counts, but how you handle it. When you help someone, you're not just solving their current problem. You're also giving them the strength and skills they'll need to deal with problems in the future. When someone does something wrong, don't criticize them. Instead, focus on the behavior, not the person. Tell them what they did wrong, why it's a problem, and how they can fix it. Be sure your feedback is clear, useful, and given with kindness. If you want to help someone learn, don't tell them what they did wrong. Instead, ask them questions that will help them find their own answers. This will give them the power to take charge of their own growth and development. People need to be listened to sometimes. Active listening means giving someone your full attention, showing that you're interested, and answering with care. It's a powerful way to make someone feel heard and valued. Help someone out by giving them your time, your skills, or your resources. This could mean anything from helping a coworker with a job to being there for a friend who is having a hard time. Being kind and encouraging words can do amazing things for someone. They can make them feel better, give them more confidence, and motivate them to keep going. If you want to help someone, don't criticize them. The same goes for how you treat yourself. We are often our own worst judges. We punish ourselves for our mistakes, dwell on our failures, and focus on our flaws. But this only holds us back. Remember that mistakes are a great way to learn and grow. As long as you live, keep learning how to live. Every mistake is a chance to learn, grow, and become a better person. Helping others instead of criticizing isn't always easy. You need to be patient, understand their needs, and be willing to put them ahead of your own. You also need to have emotional intelligence, which means you can understand and control your own emotions as well as recognize and respond to other people's emotions. Helping others can be hard, but it's also very rewarding. When you help someone, you're not only making their life better, you're also making your own life better. You're making relationships stronger, finding your purpose in life, and making the world a better, more caring place. Helping someone instead of criticizing them has an effect that goes beyond that person and encourages others to do the same. When you help someone, you show others that kindness, compassion, and support are stronger than criticism and judgment. Being different from your enemy is the best way to get back at them. When someone criticizes you, be kind back. If you see someone hurting, offer to help. Be the change you want to see in the world. Stoic advice to help instead of criticize is a strong way to live a more caring, meaningful, and important life. It means picking love over hate, kindness over judgment, and support over criticism. Remember that every interaction is a chance to make a difference, and every person you meet is a chance to make the world a better place. So, take advantage of these chances. Make yourself a solution, not a problem. Choose to help, not hurt. Choose to lift others up, not bring them down. Be a force for good in the world. Lesson 5. A chance to make great people. The Stoics thought that the most important thing in life is to live in harmony with nature, which for humans means being virtuous. Being virtuous isn't just about being a good person. It's also about being a good influence on other people. Every interaction, conversation, and act of kindness is a chance to inspire and uplift those around us. One of the best ways to make other people good is to be a good example. People are always watching and learning from what others do. If you live your life with honesty, ethics, and kindness, you become an example for those around you. People will follow your lead when you act with integrity. You show others what it means to be a person of character. You show that it's possible to live a good life even when things go wrong. This can be a powerful example that inspires others to do great things. Another important part of making great people is mentoring. Sharing your knowledge, skills, and experiences with others can have a huge effect on their lives. It's not just about teaching practical skills. It's also about teaching values, encouraging growth, and motivating others to reach their full potential. You don't have to know everything to be a good mentor. Most of the time, it's about listening, giving advice, and encouraging others to find their own way. It's about believing in their ability and helping them see it for themselves. People who are encouraged are more likely to be great. Positive feedback and words of support can make a huge difference in someone's life. They can boost happiness, confidence, and drive to do their best. When you encourage someone, you're not just making them feel good. You're also helping them get better. While it's important to support others, it's also important to give them constructive feedback. This means being critical in a way that is constructive rather than destructive. The goal is to help others improve, not to bring them down. The Stoics believed that learning from mistakes and always getting better were important. They saw every mistake as a chance to learn and grow. When you give others constructive comments, You help them see their mistakes as chances to succeed, not failures. Giving constructive feedback means being honest while still being kind. It means focusing on the behavior instead of the person. It means offering solutions instead of just pointing out problems. When you give constructive feedback, you not only help others get better, you also build stronger, more trusting relationships with them. Big actions or deep words aren't always needed to make people great. Often, it's the little things that make the biggest difference. A smile, a kind word, or a helping hand can make someone's day and make them want to help others. By not becoming like your enemy, you can get even when someone hurts you. Instead of getting back at them, be kind and show them the right way to do things. This will help you stay good and give others a chance to learn and grow. Doing small acts of kindness can make other people more kind, which starts a chain reaction of good things. When you do acts of kindness, you're not only making other people feel good, you're also making the world kinder and more moral. Another strong way to make great people is to forgive others. When you forgive others, you free yourself from anger and give them a chance to grow from their mistakes. Quickly and easily forgive. He knew that holding grudges hurts us and stops others from growing. Forgiving someone doesn't mean you agree with what they did wrong. It means you choose to let go of your anger and move on. It's not always easy to forgive someone. You need to be brave, humble, and deeply committed to your own virtue. But remember that forgiveness is a gift you give yourself as well as others. It helps you keep your peace of mind and your integrity. Becoming a leader isn't just about being in charge. It's also about caring about other people's growth and well-being. As a parent, teacher, manager, or friend, you can set a good example. Mentor, encourage, give feedback, be kind, and forgive. A good life isn't measured by money, fame, or accomplishments. It's measured by how you affect other people and what you leave behind. The Stoics believed that living a good life was its own reward, but they also knew that virtue has a chain reaction effect, encouraging others to live a good life. You should keep learning how to live as long as you are alive. This goes for your own life, as well as other people's lives. You should also keep teaching other people how to live as long as you are alive. Keep showing them the way. Every interaction is a chance to make the world a better place and make great people. So take advantage of these chances and make yourself an answer, not just for your own life, but for the lives of those around you as well. What we do now will be remembered forever. The things you do, the decisions you make, and the people you inspire will all have an effect that lasts. They will leave a legacy of goodness and greatness. Stoicism's teaching that every interaction is a chance to make great people is a deep and powerful philosophy. It reminds us of our duty to others, the difference we can make in the world, and the legacy we leave behind. We can make great people and leave a lasting positive mark on the world by being good leaders, setting a good example, mentoring others, encouraging them, giving them constructive feedback, being kind, forgiving them, and showing kindness.